Hi guys, this is the third time recording the branch vlog update for 0.1.9.2 named Storeroom. So on the top right, as the process has been going, I highlight what I'm going to do, highlight each bit, and I talk about it and highlight the next one. It's the third time because some grey lines came up. It's like there's a grey box there and then lines, 45-degree lines on each side. Can never remember how to get it off, so in the end I just did loaded my last saved window layout, and that did it. Right, so on to the tasks. Create storeroom. So this is how I envisioned it pretty much in my mind. So let's press G. So you come in, light switch. That needs to be knocked back to minus 47 point, minus 49.5, maybe. Sorry, they're doing it on the fly. 49. Is that? That's good, yeah. Right, perfect. Right, so fix them on the fly. So this is the storeroom. It holds like I suppose you say the first element where you can pick or choose to do something in the prologue, which then influences following things. So um, there's something in the storeroom. Won't go into detail just yet, but something in the storeroom. You can choose to pick it up, you can choose to not pick it up, you can choose to pick it up and not read it, you can choose to pick it up and read it, and each thing does something different further down the line. Just cool little secondary doodah thing. But yeah, that's the purpose of the storeroom. So that's the storeroom. The note item, yes, thumbnails. So as you know, the process where I've got thumbnails and then use an atlas texture to draw out. Essentially, I allow myself to use sprites as textures in like that brush to texture thing or texture to brush, but it's almost like it's sprite to brush. There's no sprite to brush, so I have to use an atlas texture. I'll go through it in a couple of other videos. Radically improved loads of stuff, but yeah. Let's see. Here we go. So I just really simple. I quite honestly just copied that, cut bits, deleted a couple of the black lines and changed the colour, and that's all I did. So that's, as you know, that's the thumbnail, and then the version 2, the weapons is the same thing, but I toggle off the background. I've got the backgrounds grouped, and I toggle off the name. So you take the background off, you take the name off, and you've got yourself all the items, same as the thumbnails. Super cool, super handy, absolute game changer in terms of like speed and ability to just like output stuff. So that's the note item. Tidied up folder system and redirectors. Yeah, not everything's been tidied up, but there's a bunch of redirectors floating about, so I won't go into too much detail, but as you know, you create an item in one place, you drag it to somewhere else, that can create a redirector, which doesn't always show unless you have shouldn't have clicked that. I blinked when I clicked it. I don't even know what I've done. Oh dear. Okay, I'll fix that in a minute. But yeah, one of these options. There we go. Show redirectors. So if you had a show redirector, normally that's off. So well, normally all these filters are hidden. Nah, there we go. It's because I was about to cough and I blinked and I just clicked all filters. Right, yeah. I don't know if I've got any floating about, but let's see. No, but then that would show it, and it's named the same, and you know you've got to do like a right click, and then there's like a fix up here. So that's redirectors, just tidied stuff up there. Reverse door logic. I think you'll like this one. If I go to the blueprints, the door, and the main one, so this is the parent. Right, so I realised if I show you now, I'll show you visually, and then we can discuss it. You see the word stores back to front. That's because you're on the inside of the room. On design, it's the right way because I've got an exit true false boolean there. So I tick it, and that sorry, that does a 180 flip on begin play. So you know it's just not spinning round on tick. So if we run it back to front, because you're in the storeroom, so you imagine you're going into a room, you open a door inwards or you open a door outwards, and then when you leave the room you do the exact opposite of that. So pay attention to how it looks now. Handle on the right, you open inwards, then you go correct way. Handle on the left, you open inwards that way, and the other way you open outwards. So you see, I coded it to just work like a normal door essentially. So that's the exit. Each door has an exit, true or false. If it's exit, it's a 180 flip. So you see here, so if it's an exit, true, 180 flip on the Z axis. The reason why you've got two here is because one of these feeds to the door transition level. The Resident Evil door transition level is the best way to describe it. You press a door, it does the little video thing. Except that's not a video. That is a separate level that gets fed. That sprite. Whole video on how I cracked it. Sorry, I had to cough again. Whole video on how I cracked it. It's not massively straightforward, but equally certainly not the hardest thing I've ever done. So that's why there's two elements, whether it comes from the game instance or it doesn't, depending on the level you're on, essentially. And then we've got here, and then when you go to use the door, it fires the variables from that door instance into the game instance. So you see like exit true false, double door true false, sliding door true false. I'll discuss double door and sliding door in the next branch because I'm halfway through the next branch. There was a delay in making the video because I don't make the videos well with my children. It's just one of those things. So that's that. So that one is reverse door logic, and I've got it for all of them. So let's just run through a couple of rooms and we'll pay attention to how they look. So we're on the inside, so we open the door towards us and we leave to go to the hallway. There we go. Let's go to Sarah's room, handle on the left, open the door inwards to Sarah's room, handle on the right, open the door outwards to go back, inwards again. I keep on getting that back to front. Go to the cafeteria and not die. Come on, we're nearly there. I need to speed him up. Handle on the left, into the room. I've done it on left to right, I've done it back to front. Right, so I've changed something while faffing. You should come from that one, as you can imagine. And then you've got the kitchen. So let's just fix it on the fly. You can see what I do. It is literally a left or right, and I've gone and frickin' put left instead of right, I bet. Right. Does that occasionally. So this is player start right. That's correct. So then we change it in the hallway. Player start left. There we go. You see it says level movement and it's just string, right? Well, that's because this cool little beast, you can somehow, I can't remember how I did it. I woke up and I completely forgot I already did it. That level movement, you saw me type here, cafeteria right PS, so player start, gets fed into the options string, into the new level, and miraculously the new level is just like, I know exactly where to put level movement, boom, and that's how it puts itself in the right place. It's like magic. Like, you know, when it feels like it's implicitly doing it rather than you're explicitly telling it, and you're like, no way, it's just going to figure it out, and it just does. Magical. So that's that. Yeah, so you saw the storeroom door. You saw both sides of the storeroom door. Version 2 of Door Blueprint. Yep, these were originally not there. That wasn't originally there, and it was just very much, you know how it looks when we go into a room like this, handle on left, handle on left. Originally, you go back in, and yeah, handle would still be on the left. It's like the door was always in the same position, and it always opened in the same position, so it wouldn't do that. It would be handle on the left, like you saw the entrance thing. Both would look like that. So that's what the changes ended up manifesting. The Blueprint version 2 and that combined. Door transition level to level 2. Yes. Thought about doing like an exit transition level, an enter transition level. Kind of did that. Didn't like it. So I actually have 3 sequences. So door enter. Is it going to show you it? There you go. Well, you can. The camera goes through, but you see on that little cine camera actor. So you see that's how it goes in. Let's get door exit, and then yeah. Forgot to mention that is a placeholder. So you see it open the wrong way because you see on begin play I feed it that exit variable and it flips it on play, on begin play on the exit variable. Look, there's nothing now because the event runs on begin play. It doesn't run on like tick or like it's not like a flip flop. It does it instantly. So yeah, that's why it looks weird, but it works in game because that is just a placeholder. That's like the master door blueprint, but all the children can overtake it. The other children overlap on all these variables overlap. That's that one. And then double door. Again, the double door kitchen overlaps, but you see nothing's happening. It's because I got it to just keep the door still on the double door. I thought about having it like you'd open 2 doors in, 2 doors out, or sliding. I could probably do that, but I don't want to do it just yet. So right now, when you go into the kitchen, I might as well just show you it so you see what I mean. Cafeteria. Yep, didn't really do anything massive. Pay attention to the kitchen. There you go. Because originally, you know, it just did like it opened like a giant single door. So at the moment, it's just like that. That's the double door sequence that I was talking about. Okay. And there's probably a way to lock it to this, but I'll do it at some point in the future. Create glass items. So yeah, essentially all these. I guess all the remaining ones. I'll just show you what I did. Items, and then just went to material. Then they are all, what are they? The parent is master item. So then each one of these is just the same. So in terms of glass, got the glass thumbnail, sprite 160, and then it's sprite 160 again, but you know, with the background off and the text off. Just updated a couple of things. Simple really for the materials. That's why it's so much quicker with the Atlas texture thing. And same again with the others, like the fire extinguisher. It's all currently it's all just kind of like use. Like when you do like use fire extinguisher, it doesn't put it in his hands and spray it. It's just like use like a consumable at the moment. And then just yeah, pager. So pager item is, let's think. Yeah, these aren't widgets, are they? These are the actual items. Yep. So it looks like that with the dummy sprite, because the dummy sprite doesn't mean anything. But if we go to the initial values, there you go. There's this one says email. I created the item, but I haven't populated all the internal bits, so that's fine. It's not a nightmare job. I just need to point to the correct sprite. Help if I name it as well. I'll do that. I'll do that in a bit. But yeah, create all those items, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So similar to these are all pickup items, and then I just pick from a little list. So you see there's like material, glass, we showed that, and then plasma and tape, all the same sort of thing. All the items and all the thumbnails come from that one big mega Photoshop thing, segmented into 70 by 70 pixels, so like cookie cutters. Done. So this is the storeroom branch. Realised I've shown more about the kitchen, the cafeteria than I've in the storeroom. In terms of in the storeroom, what we got. So some pieces, usual, like turn light on and off. There's no lights. You can pick up the fire extinguisher, and you can pick up the Tesco. So you hover over it and it goes. So this is what Barrow's talking about. Yeah. So you see it's not proper equipment. Technically it should be equipment. I might change it. I'll have a think, but something's done for the time being. And then just like a note widget. So this needs to be dynamic. So I'll go into the widgets when I complete the next branch, but I've got I can quickly show you. I won't go into too much detail because it's not this one. So you see you've got like a book widget, left and right for the pages, same for the computer file. The computer ones can be a bit more fleshed out with buttons, make it look like an operating system. Front end, document. So the map and the photo have a similar style. And then there's notes. You see there's no left and right. Pager. Rearrange it to be essentially I'm going to make the pager look like a pager, a note look like a note, or a document look like a document, and then dynamically overlay text and functionality on it. Radio like a radio. A couple of other bits, so like a hacking interface, like a keycard interface. But yeah. So each one of these widgets. So as you saw when you went to use the note, it was like, why don't I just get you it? I'll show you it quickly. So quest note. So when you click on it, it goes on, so used, so it creates the note widget. That was that thing that popped up. Well, actually, event unused. Yeah, does all that. So we could only kind of access that, so it's like UI only. It wasn't like you could move the character. And then on read, enable it. So what this does is, if I go to the widgets and I go to note, very simple. So you use it, it overlays it, shoves it in your face. You click the close button, it feeds that and it enables it, but then it removes it. Oh, is that my brain's not working? It enables the inventory, re-enables the inventory widget, and then it removes the note widget. And when you use it, it locks that side of it and then forces focus on the note widget, and then this forces destruction of the widget, and then repoints focus back to whatever it was, technically whatever it was, now that the note widget's gone. And they all follow a similar sort of pattern. I can go into a bit more detail on them. I haven't really fleshed them out too much, but in terms of making dynamic text, it's going to be freaking easy peasy, isn't it? If we just hypothetically mention it, just I guess like help people how I can. So this dynamic text, it's going to be fed from something. So what's it going to feed from? If we look at the graph, it's going to feed from the note. So what does the note? Note is a variable that goes to the quest note. So this is a parent, but as you can imagine, when we get to making multiple notes, we'll have the parent note and then we'll have the separate notes in here, like the test scores. So you see the test scores that you saw there was a child asset. It wasn't the note, it was the child of the note blueprint that you saw in game. And then we'll just stick something in here like, I don't know, not description because that pops up there. Could create an extra variable in the item info structure. I think it is structure. I'm pretty sure it's a structure. So each one that holds all these variables. Or yeah, harness one of these. Probably need to make a separate one because looking at all this, unless I do something dodgy, like like I use a variable like item type that isn't being used, I'm going to have to create an extra one. So if we just crack this open, let's go to F item. Is that version 2? You don't want to show me. Oh, it's version 2. So just quickly, we go to structure, we go to version 2. I would add in an extra variable, string. I'd say like text held with it, not text held within, but something like that. And then when they go to use that widget, when they go to crack open that widget, I then get it to dump just the flat text into there potentially. If I just wanted it like almost like format agnostic, so just dump it in. Not interested, just make it like a wall of text. Yeah, so that is how I make it dynamic. Well, that is how I will make it dynamic when I get to it. So that is everything in this branch. I'm quite a way through the kitchen one already. The last things I need to do for kitchen, so we talk about I should have said, at the end of me going through all the branch bits, sort of this branch bits, I then discuss like future bits. But if I've already done a couple of future bits, I'll just quickly explain. They will still get their own branch. So I've done most of the kitchen. I just need to make the assets, flesh it out, put a bit of cool functionality in, and then yeah, I can do the next branch vlog. In terms of after that, I realised in the previous video, I was like, oh yay, June, like 0.2, it's like clean. But then I realised I missed like 0.5 out in this count. So I just injected it like a lighting version 2. So that's the only difference from the last time we saw like the planned updates. And obviously kitchen and storeroom were still in planned at that point. So yeah, probably be next week. I'll have kitchen done. Maybe, yeah, probably next week. Because I just need to make the usual like industrial kitchen assets, a couple of other quirky assets, maybe a couple of new items. Oh yeah, definitely a couple of new items. Fridge functionality with where you open a fridge holds things inside it. Technically, the fridge is an inventory, has an inventory, one of those two. So yeah, just things like that. A couple of drawers. So the drawers, we've already got blueprints to do like drawers, providing them inventory. So inventory slots to put stuff in and have like an RNG. So just passing it all along in like a kitchen flavour, and then that'll be kitchen done. And then yeah, just same again with guidepost. The only real difference between any of these is lighting v2. So you saw some of the rooms have fancy like lighting. So I've rectangle shadows. We'll just show you it. Discussed it in the last video. So like here, we've got rectangle shadows, and then when you press the light switch, the rectangle shadows disappear, and then it's the internal lights shadows that take over. That's what I'm calling lighting v2. anything with windows pointing out to space needs to have a rectangle light feeding light in and shadows in, and then set it up with the light switch in here, so when you turn it on it does a toggle. So when you turn the internal lights on, the external lights stay on, but the external light shadows disappear. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time, and it won't be long till the next one.